Why hello, internet, YouTube, lock and load ninjas. How you been? I've been lazy. I haven't put anything up in a long time, and for that I apologize. I've still got the heart attack number 2 video to make. I've got the assaulter video to make. I've got a couple of tests to run. Reviews of new camera gear, drones. Haven't been doing any of it. However, the other day, I had something happen to me, this idea that crossed my mind, that I was done with a particular brand of gun. I was done with it, and except for one exception, I will never ever own one again. And thankfully I won't have to after those exceptions get out of the way. Glock in 1991. I bought a Glock 22. It was a second gen, and it was 40 cal. And at that time, 40 cal was so new that I had a hard time finding ammunition for that. But I got it, and I shot it, and I liked it. But I later got rid of that and got a Glock 21, one of many that I've had over the course of time, because who doesn't like a 13-round 45 caliber pistol? Now the problem for me began when I realized that I didn't like the grip angle of Glock, but I got used to that. I got used to that part of it. Then in 1994 we had Bill Clinton, we had the Omnibus Crime Bill. And for a few years, I sat on the Glock 21. I sat on a Para Ordnance double stack 45. I sat on a Smith & Wesson 4506, and I sat on a Ruger P90. 2 single stacks, 2 double stacks. I just held on to them for the longest time. And then when everything sunset, unfortunately, I got rid of all of them because I would really love to have that Smith & Wesson 4506 back, but that's a story for another day. Long story short, I've carried Glocks in 3 calibers since 1991. And at this point, I'm done. I will not own another stock Glock. I took the one stock Glock that I had, and I went out there and got rid of it. Now, why did I do that? Because Glock is a good gun. It is the iPhone of pistols. Everybody makes some sort of accessory for it, holsters, aftermarket accessories, just you name it. Everybody makes something for Glock. Why would I go and do that? That probably has to do with the fact that Glock doesn't care about the civilian market. Now, in the beginning, when Glock didn't care about the civilian market, they were the best ones out there. They were still the best ones. Lightweight, high capacity, easy to shoot, easy to carry. It was a nice gun. Then we started seeing people coming out with trying to compete with them, striker fired, polymer framed, and the first attempts at it were sort of less than inspiring. So a lot of us just grinned and bared it. And I'm not speaking for anybody but me, okay? If you like Glock, this is not to say that you should go out and get rid of every Glock you've got. If you have learned the Glock system, and that's one thing I liked about it, was that everything was so interchangeable in the various calibers, run it by all means. This is just what I'm going to do. However, at the NRA meetup, I met the guy who builds these. I met Mark Stone of Nighthawk Custom. Now, it could be argued that because of the price point of a gun like this, that this is sort of a niche product. Except Mark genuinely loves everybody that buys his guns. And he is so eager to try to earn somebody's business. He's trying to make the best gun he can. And he succeeds. But not even content with that, he decided to team up. And I mean, he brought us the Agent 1, and he also brought us this other pistol that I didn't know the name of or anything else, but he looked at it and said, well, there's a niche out there for that as well. So he teamed up with Agency Arms. Now, anybody that's ever watched me knows that I like Agency Arms guns, and most of them are built off of Glocks, like Glockzilla. This gun has been completely transformed. I will not be letting go of this gun. Yes, it started out life as a stock Glock. Now, if you want to go get a stock Glock and meet me, I'll be happy to let you shoot your gun and shoot my gun, and you tell me if they're the same gun. Part of my problem with Glock is that Glock doesn't think very highly of the aftermarket system that's out there today. He doesn't like gun modifiers. He thinks the guns are just fine the way they are. That's great, except when he's out there coming out against the gun modification market, he's not really coming out against them, because they wouldn't exist if there wasn't a market for it. He's coming out, in my opinion, against us. And he doesn't care. He just as soon have all of the law enforcement and military contracts that he could get, to the point with the modular handgun system, they actually put together a Glock with a frame-mounted safety. The thing I liked most about the Glock that I didn't want to let go of, though, was the interchangeability around the sizes of the same caliber. The Glock 26 could run the full-size magazine, it could run the Glock 19 magazine, it could run the 33 rounder if that's what you wanted to stick into it. That was good. The only problem is that Glock quit innovating a long time ago. They started making guns in calibers like 357 Sig, which I've never shot. I understand that's a pretty good caliber. 45 Gap, which I don't even understand. And they would come out with 4 different models of each one of those guns, and all of the Glock people that really like Glocks would go out and buy 4 more guns. But there was no innovation happening. They put front slide serrations on it, I think, for the first time this year. And as Aaron Cowan told me, that's not blowing any wind up his skirt. So there is somebody out there today that has picked up that mantle and took the innovation one step further. And for me, that's Sig. This Sig P320. This is a gun I haven't shot yet. This is a Sig P320 carry. I have a full-sized, which I've shot extensively. You've seen the other videos where I love these. I love these. The magazines are interchangeable throughout the sizes. I'm not going to be one that goes out and buys a bunch of, I guess, the kits. I'll just buy the full gun because I like having the full gun. But this is the Glock 19 sized gun. The Glock 19 was the one that everybody says was the best combat pistol in the world. Small enough to hide and big enough to fight with. This is as good. And for me, here's the other thing about the difference between this one and, say, Glock. The grip angle, for me, is very close to the 45. I love the 45 ACP. That's why, with Nighthawk coming on board as one of the sponsors of the show, getting one of these, this is homecoming. Still got a lot of work to do with this, but I mean, this gun is I have stuck this out so many times, or one like it, that this is truly muscle memory coming into play. So there's going to be some of you that think I'm a bleeping idiot, and that's fine, because at the end of the day, the money I earn, I decide what I spend it on. And I haven't even looked at, like, I haven't tried some of the people are out there telling me, you need to try the H&K VP9, which I've never pulled a trigger on one of those yet. I may want to look into that too. But Glock, one thing that you got to learn is that the military law enforcement markets are good. They are lucrative. But everybody's got to get into the civilian market, because after you fulfill those contracts, they're done. And I have noticed that law enforcement is beginning to move either to SIG or to FN, which that's another gun, the FN 509. I'll be trying that too. So, thanks for the memories, Glock. But you and I are done. Now then, a couple things coming up. We're going to be talking about the P320 carry very soon. We're going to be doing a video review of that. by popular demand, the G-Code assaulter belt with the soft shell taco pouches. The camera I'm shooting on, the Panasonic GH5, which is my new primary shooter. The DJI Mavic Pro drone, which I just got thanks to some help from one of my partners, Upstate Armory Group. And some training and some shoot house stuff and some other stuff coming up too. And there's so many things coming up on the horizon. 2018 is going to be a good year for me and you. As far as the show is concerned, first of all, if you like this video, please, hey, think about subscribing to the channel. I'm still in I'm low and I want to rise. And with your help I could, so think about giving me a subscription. Thumbs up perhaps, give it a like. Find the show. You can go to gcnlive.com. You can go to lockandloadradio.com. As a podcast, it's out there on Stitcher Radio, iTunes, so many different ways, 188 different ways. It's even in the Zune store. I've recently hooked up with Joe Sparrow, who is an affiliate relations headhunter, and my outlets have doubled since the last time I made a video, so I'm coming soon to a radio market near you. And it's still today. It's never been about gun control. Not ever. Not once. Not ever. It has been, and it's always going to be about total control. Stay safe. I am out.